Can anybody draw backgrounds? I need someone to draw backgrounds for my comic book. All right?
Backgrounds are the Achilles heel of most artists.
I hate drawing backgrounds for my comic, and it's a nightmare.
It's a lot of work. Level
857 Video Game Podcast.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Level 857 Video Game Podcast. We are your hosts, Algie857,
The 23rd Stallion.
Sticks.
and your boy Big Shot. What up?
and today we have a wonderful, wonderful guest.
Introducing renowned artist and animation director of many beloved projects, including Homebrew, the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, The Game, accompanied with his son and daughter, Jesus Lopez.
Yo! Hey! There he is. What's going on, my friend?
Welcome to the show.
How we doing?
Welcome, welcome.
Great, man. How are you guys doing?
We are
right.
wonderful.
Doing good.
Absolutely wonderful.
Doing good. And actually, we have quite a few questions for you.
A lot of questions.
A lot of questions,
And I
man.
see you got some extra guests on your side too.
So,
Fire
yeah.
away.
So don't hold back on the answers here. Let's see. Who wants to start? Who wants to start? Anybody here?
Well,
You guys can.
you can start.
There you go. Okay.
I'm gonna
I guess I'll
mind
start
this
here. All
chat.
right. Here's a question. I was very curious when I saw the. For anybody out there who doesn't know, Jesus Lopez is the artist and animator that did that project for the Super Mario Super Show game. I'm curious to know, what game engine did you use to do that on?
I keep that a secret.
I like him.
All right.
I like him.
All right. Unity. Okay, no problem. Next one.
I respect
Just
that.
kidding. Just kidding.
In my son's school, they're teaching them coding.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
When he heard that a couple of the engineers that tried to help me out opted out,
Okay.
he said, "Hey, can I get some of those files?" And I'm like, "Sure." And he comes with me with the build, and I'm like, "What?"
Wow.
And he goes, "Yeah, I got this. Just keep going, and I'll tell you what I need, and just give it to me, and I'll make builds." And I'm like, "You like this?" He goes, I love coding," and I'm like,
Oh, wow.
"All right." And so inside, I really want to know what he's doing,
Mm-hmm.
but part of it, I want to respect, like, not know, only because my parents were not involved with my drawing,
Right.
and I've heard horror stories with artists where their parents were.
Okay.
They don't like what they do, you know?
Wow.
And so I was thinking, as excited as I am in experiences that I have with engineers, I really want to know what he's doing under the hood.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
He's doing this thing, and it's kind of funny that he's just coming with results. So
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
we all like what we
fantastic.
see, man.
Yeah,
You're the
no.
mastermind behind the whole project.
Yeah. No, 'cause that really got me, man. I'm like, how the heck is he doing?
No secrets given away.
Yeah.
They didn't
It's like,
teach us. They didn't teach us in school how to do any type of program.
I'm terrible with that stuff.
I didn't even
Yeah,
learn
I
how
am
to
awful.
type. I didn't even learn how to type in school.
I had to learn. I know very, very basic coding, but I self-taught, totally self-taught.
Zero coding.
yeah. He gets everything from YouTube.
That's how
his education.
That's how I got it. Yeah.
YouTube's amazing like that. You can learn anything
You
off
can
of
find
YouTube.
pretty much everything to learn.
It's
yeah.
so awesome.
And what's cool about our process is that he's learning it, and as he's learning it, he's not doing anything too fancy. It's basic mobility stuff like jump, run. Hey, make it so when you press a button, it goes a little faster.
That's that's the foundation, though. That's where you start.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good because my experience with other engineers have been, they go haywire a little bit. It goes all over the place. And it's hard to pull back. And I was like, okay, not right now. I'm testing animations. Let's pull back a bit.
Okay.
But with my son, there's no pulling back. He's just learning it, and so he's cruising along. So, and he's I'm quite impressed how calm and collective he's been, considering that programming is hard, man. Like,
Yes.
Oh yeah. I couldn't do it.
That's a talented kid right there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Very talented.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Hey, keep it up.
Good
Yeah.
job.
That's a good skill to have.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't have it.
So I mean, from looking at the project, I mean, it seems very polished, very Disney-like. So have you worked on any other games or commercial projects that we may have seen? That's from me and Al.
Yeah.
that I've worked on. Yeah, you guys have played Shantae Hero, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh wow, that's good.
That's an awesome.
Yeah,
I really
I
like that.
Shantae herself and a bunch of other various characters. Have you guys played DuckTales Remastered?
Yes,
I have it.
I have it too.
I have it.
Yeah.
mhm.
I have it
was
for
the
the.
supervising animator on that game.
Really?
That's
I
it.
did all the character designs and gave animators direction how to animate,
That looked
solve
real
problems, and spend a lot of weekends fixing stuff.
That looked clean. That's a clean.
good. That was one of the better remakes. I've
Yeah,
seen.
man, that was
looks
really good.
Very clean.
Yeah.
That
Super
was my first supervising gig. My old supervising animator gave up his title to give me that one.
Really.
Really?
So Elazar, if you're hearing, God bless you. Thank you for giving me that opportunity.
Yeah, you did a
That's
great
so
job on that
dope.
Well, we thank him.
That
for
was cool.
That was an awesome game.
Worked on that, and then Blood Ring, Betrayal, Silent Hill. That was for, I believe it was for DS. I
Okay.
worked on 4, the DS game. It was all pixels,
Right.
and a little bit of Boy and His Blob.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wow.
I
The,
remember
the
boys.
newer one, right? For
Yeah,
DS.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That was on DS.
And what else?
Oh,
And
what
that
else?
one was unique because all that was done on paper.
Really?
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
All of
And then
those
Batman
look
Brave and the
amazing.
Bold.
I didn't
I
know
That's
love
that.
right.
that.
Batman Brave and the Bold.
Oh, Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah. What else? Spider Sword that just launched. I worked on that.
Hmm.
Man.
Um,
So we're big
what
fans without even knowing.
Yeah, right?
All those games, I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
See, we've been connected all this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that animation's been blowing my mind. since
Yeah,
then.
No, it's good work.
Awesome.
Jesus, Turbo actually has a question. He was asking if you did work on Double Dragon Neon.
I did work on Double Dragon Neon.
Oh, that's our
yeah.
game.
Yeah, that's
We
awesome.
love
I
that
love-
game.
That's your game?
That's our
Yeah,
game.
that's our game. Yeah.
I love Double
Yeah, that
Dragon
was
Neon.
done by the director who did Shovel Knight, man.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Man.
So that's crazy. We've been a fan of him before we even knew who he was.
Yeah.
That's crazy how the world works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the universe, man. That's the universe.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Just bringing
so
people
cool.
together.
Yeah, that's so dope, man.
Yeah, man.
So let me tell you a cool story.
Mm.
So on Double Dragon Neon, I was talking to one of the animators, like, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if they were like rapping and bebopping?" And, we were just talking about it, and so that animator, his name is Chris Kurlagon. He's like amazing animator.
Hmm.
He went off and did it, and then later on, they told us they weren't going to use it. And we're like,
Oh.
"All right." And then later on, they're like, "You still got that?" And they made it in the game. We were so happy.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool.
Wow.
Told
But
you
yeah,
it was a
Double Dragon
trap.
Neon, man. I did the part where like, one of the main characters punched the girl in the stomach and put her.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Oh, that's an iconic scene too.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
man.
I asked for that one. I need to do the intro, man.
Let's get a sequel coming.
Yeah, let's get that sequel.
Yeah, right?
Come on.
Keep that
man.
going.
Oh, that's awesome.
Gotta get the
Yeah,
high
Double
fives.
Dragon really a special place in my heart. That was cool. Mango Tango, that was done by my friend Jesse Seeley. Super awesome.
Wait a second. Mango Tango, the song?
Yeah,
Yo, that's the song that we like, dude.
That's the second stage?
Yeah, second stage.
No
wait,
way.
so wait, your friend does that song?
Jesse Seeley, dude. Yeah, man. She was working with us. She was a character designer, and she worked with it. And
That's awesome.
and then Jay Kaufman and her put something together. And then I heard it, and I was like, "Hey, you're great. What the hell? You're just like Red. That's nuts. Tango.
Wow.
Like follow me.
Yo,
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yo, I play that song so much.
Yeah.
It's on like every playlist that I have. I love that song. It's hilarious. It's so 80s that I'm obsessed with that song. That's so funny.
I
That
can't believe that she didn't make more or he didn't make more. I mean,
Yeah.
that is amazing.
it's
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
dope.
man.
Tell them.
So that goes to you, Jesse Seeley.
Yes, thanks for that.
Future
song.
guest on podcast.
Yeah, that's a future guest right
guest
there.
on the
That's
podcast.
And she has a lot of stories, man.
Yo,
Hey,
I
we'll
would,
put her on.
A lot of stuff, man. Yeah.
yo, I would love. We would love to have her on. That'd be
Yeah, yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
That's awesome.
That'd be really. The universe, man. The universe.
All right, what
It's
else
working
you
in
got?
our favor, man. It really is. It just is. And I love it.
Yeah, it's so dope.
I love it.
Anyone else?
I have a question. What is it about Super Mario Super Show that motivated you to create a game based around that specific art style?
All right. That's an answer that you need to give.
When I was little, I really liked watching
Come over
the
here.
show. When I was little, I really liked watching the show, and I knew my dad animated video games, and I'm like, why don't you make a Mario game? And then I guess I didn't know that he didn't work for Nintendo, so just make a Mario game.
Yeah, he seen me pop games like pancakes, so he thought that's just another one, right? It's not that
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, you can just, my dad can make it. That's all right.
It's not that
I
simple.
got you.
But it happened that moment though on Netflix. The Super Mario Super Show was there, and when I was growing up, I only saw like a handful. You missed it. That was it.
Right.
And at the time, my mom was very big on not watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, wow. So I got my kids to watch it, and we're all watching it. And I said, well, it doesn't have to stop us. I can just do it.
Right.
I just do it. And I asked some friends at work if they want to program it.
Right.
And he was like, you can? And I go, yeah. And he goes, but I want the Super Show. And I go, okay, you want the
Yeah.
Because I was telling him, I was like, dude, look, they're from New York, man. What's up, man? They're Brooklyn, man. They feel like they're in toilets all day. It's gonna be great. And it's hilarious, man. And I love the actors. I love the show growing up. And, he picked it, and so I figured, why not?
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man, because we were big fans of the show.
Yeah, we grew up watching the Super Show. That's why when I saw it online, I was like, wait, what is this?
I'm surprised.
In fact, he
no
was
one's
the
ever
one.
had the idea.
No one ever came up with that. Like, it was baffling.
You were the one that actually showed it to all. You sent it to all of us.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow, this looks like. I was like, wow, speechless.
Beautiful.
It just looks extra clean.
It looks so clean. That's why I'm like, yo, this needs to be a game.
Because
Brought me back,
man. There's been so much Mario art, but never
that.
Never
No
looked
one
like
has ever
that.
thought of doing that.
Did you
There was a point where
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
There was a point where I thought he grew out of the idea of me doing it, and one of the engineers opted out, so I just left it alone. And then he just one day checked up on me, and goes, "Are you working on that?" I'm like, "You still want me to?" He goes, "Wait, you haven't been doing it this whole time?" I go, "No." Then he started crying. Then I'm like,
he's like the boss. He's the boss on the low. He's like, yo, you working on that? Come on.
Can you make it happen?
I had to grow out of it, man. And so he didn't. And so I asked a friend if he can do it, and he tried to, but I guess he still didn't grow out of it, and he picked it up.
Gotcha. Nice. That was one of my questions. I was going to say, you've been working on this for a very long time, like over 3 years easily. And it's a definite passion project because it's Nintendo, obviously, and you're still working on it. So I was going to ask, you said in one of your older videos that you didn't have time for it, and you probably weren't going to ever finish it. And I was just wondering what changed, and what got you back onto it, and how do you feel about how it's going?
Yeah, so what happened was one of the engineers opted out, and that was the second one, and that makes sense. Life gets in the way, and this is free, and the direction's been given by my children, and I wasn't allowing a lot of freedom, only because I'm very stickler about licenses. Like I work with licenses, and I guess I'm just, I like the license. I like the Mario, and I want to keep it true to it. I don't want to change too much about it, and so we're letting that dictate it. So then what happens? There was just a big dry spell. I kept doing some animations here and there, but again, I was stuck with no one's there to program it. And that's what I was trying to teach him, that
Gotcha.
I can't. And so that's when I didn't know that was in the back of his head, and he figured it out. So that's the only reason why I came back, because he decided to program it.
Wow. Well, thank you for that.
You know what it reminds me of? So remember, like when, like on TV or whatever, on a movie, when they have the dad take his son or daughter and they go and work on a car, and like it's a jalopy, and then they work on it the whole time, and then they get it back to ship-shape condition.
Pristine condition.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of, because you're doing this with the family.
Right.
So it's gonna give you some moments and all that. It's awesome.
That's really
it's a
cool.
family project. Man. That's cool.
Turbo has a question.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of different things in this project, a lot of different directions. But again, this is like a big Mario Maker for him.
Oh yeah,
I can imagine. You got the best version of it.
And so he's programming it so he can.
They need a part in Mario Maker for the Super Show.
Yeah,
with your art in
with
there.
that artwork.
That'd be awesome.
In the next update, they'll probably know.
Part 3. In part 3.
Turbo has a quick question. He's wondering how big the plans are for making the game stages, and will there be multiplayer? Also, are there any new or returning power-ups?
For the stages, it's gonna be a lot like the show. It's another show will be like a full level, really. It's not going to be more than that. The plan is just to like, for an example, like any one of the shows, there's a beginning, middle, and end into the story, and that's what the level is pretty much going to be like. The boss will always be Koopa.
Right.
Power-ups will depend on just the level.
Okay.
So, like, for an example, the fire Hercules, there's a moment when Toad flies when he gets the power. So we were thinking, let's make him fly for that.
The Toad Warrior.
Yeah. Like, let's give them the powers that belong to them in that episode. So each mechanic's going to be different per episode.
That's cool.
It's not going to be consistent. Just whatever the show's giving us as material, that's what we're going to honor.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of your reference work, and like, what was it? The Mario with the Kung Fu outfit.
Yeah.
They had that one, and then they had the cowboy one. So like and then they had the space one I saw. So there's a lot of stuff you can use from the show, and that's crazy because each stage can be completely different.
Yeah.
So, which makes me realize,
exactly. And I'm super excited. There's a lot of material.
It makes me wonder why Nintendo never thought of doing it that way.
My head is like, why has that never even happened before?
I mean, they've had in the newer one, they've had the suits that can change how it is, but it's not based on like an episode type structure like that.
Not.
So it's like it's staring them in the face, man. You got this idea, and it's staring them in the face. They need to see this stuff.
Maybe
something happen.
Maybe they thought about it, but didn't think it was profitable. Because you know how money
It's
cash
Mario.
everything. I mean, right? But
you could sell Mario. He could be like Mario Sunshine, which was a terrible game. They sold that, and that was
Don't say it's terrible. Someone likes it.
I didn't like the
likes
game. It was one of the worst Mario games. But I mean, this looks like this is art, like a masterpiece. This is like a beautiful looking game. And
well, you can definitely see the Shantae.
Absolutely.
Inspiration in there, and like the movement, and just a little. I've noticed in your art, like you draw the keyframes, like the middle frames of everything, amazing. And I was like, how do you get that to come out that way? Because I'm like, all right, his steps this way, his steps this way. Because like in Mega Man 8, I was watching how they were programming the animation on how Mega Man was walking and stuff like that, and everybody had a complaint about his movement and how it didn't work out that way, and it didn't look right. And they look at the old games, like, how come it looks good in 8-bit, but you can't get it to look right on these new systems, and it just looked awkward. And then they have other people come in and step in and say, look, you just need to add this part here. So I see that in your art, and I don't notice any like weird transition.
There's no
like,
skipping. It's
amazing.
fluid. It's a very fluid. Especially the what's the video I saw when you animated the when he's shooting the fireballs and he looks crazy. He's just throwing it like I'm like, that's so amazing. I really love that animation. It's so cool.
It looked great.
So a little bit about that. That's been my thing too. I'm like, dude, I want to have him hold a fireball. This is gonna be crazy. I'm throw it. You're gonna see the antenna in his face. It's gonna be that. But what happened was, my passion got too big for the project, and I ended up having way too many assets. I had him on the plunger like a pogo stick. I had him.
Oh wow!
I had him playing pancake with Luigi.
Wow!
I saw the
I had all these crazy cool ideas. I animated like rough wise, and then they had the engineer like up and going. But then I realized that I don't think Luigi's ever going to see the light of day because I still have to clean the stuff up. You know, and on top of that, like I wanted it to be like multiplayer.
Right.
And so I realized I gotta tone this down. I gotta make a basic foundation.
So you
said it. What were you saying?
What?
Remember our foundation?
It's like, I don't know. You can explain it.
You forgot.
I'm telling them it's like a pizza crust. You know, let's put the foundation. So for now, in the show, they just point and fireballs come out. That's what we're doing for now. Once everyone has their basic mobility down and we got programming fixed and everything's done, dude, I'm going back and we're gonna bring a fireball to this dude's hand. And we're gonna, you're gonna see him get hurt. He's gonna go,
That's awesome.
I got all these plans, but again, I need to get it just foundationally sound, safe. Everything's in the safe part right now. But man, you better believe it. Once we're done, that's exactly what we're doing. We're gonna do character animation. We even made a talk button, so when you press it, depending on where the level you're at, you actually hear dialogue coming from Mario's mouth talking, and you press the talk button for Luigi or any one of them. They'll be talking according to the show and what lines they said.
That's cool.
That's amazing. That's really, really cool.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, man.
I
that, man.
mentioned I press a button, he'll say Mario.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
I want the Koopa Troopers to taunt Mario.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw them playing patty cake, and I saw them talking.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Are you?
I know. I'm excited too, but again, foundation first, and I'll get to all that stuff.
Right.
Are you familiar with the Captain N, the Game Master show?
Oh gosh.
Did you ever think of doing anything for that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
We joke around all the time about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm surprised there was never a game. And I'm like, if there's any
I would
individual
play
that would probably do something like that, I was like, it'd be this guy right here who's doing the Mario Super
Make it
Show.
multiplayer.
You know, like
I'm in.
But there's no game to base it off of.
just
Not
I
really.
mean,
It's its own thing.
Well, it's all the games.
You'd have to make your own.
Yeah,
basically.
it's its own thing.
You can just put all those characters in the different type of games that they're from.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
we were planning on doing Zelda after this.
Ooh.
Oh,
Say
with the
Oh, wow.
the cartoon.
As soon as you pass one level, Mario says, "Stay tuned for the next commercial of Zelda." And it's
That's cool.
Oh man,
I
That's
like
cool,
Is
man.
that the excuse me?
Excuse me, princess.
and then Captain N, that's actually been brought up to my attention, and so I was thinking about that as well. Or, well, I mean, I don't know if $1 million showed up to my house, I can get these games done.
Right.
Let's pull.
Can
Let's
make it
pull
happen
some,
tomorrow.
let's pull some money
Yeah,
together.
about to say.
Yeah, let's go. Go fund me. Let's go.
Hey.
Start it.
Once
the
we
GoFundMe.
once we start popping off, I'll invest in that in 2
Yeah, yeah,
seconds. You got my word. I will
Yes.
invest in that in 2 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then the next game you have to work on is a level 857 game.
Yeah, level 857 game.
Which I'll pitch to you after the stream is over.
It'll be a lot.
I do have an idea for a game, but I don't want the world to know about it.
And just keep this in mind. I need a cape.
I want a cape, dude.
You can have a cape, but I gotta have a purple cape.
We'll be extras on the level 857.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
You
Yeah.
just need 857 levels or something. That's a good thing.
Let's call Candy Crush. No, I'm kidding.
Real quick, I just wanted to know. I was curious to know what program you use to animate. Do you use Toon Boom? Do you use Adobe Flash or? Oh, Toon Boom.
I use Toon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I use an old version of Toon Boom.
Oh, really? Like the
Yeah,
first build?
so what
Okay.
happened was, the last time I remember, it was Toon Boom 4.5,
Okay.
and there were upgrades, but I don't know, man. Nothing. I'm just saying a lot of the things that Toon Boom 4.5 can do,
Okay.
the higher end one can do, and I'm just like, what? I have to pay more money for what 4.5 can do just fine?
Right.
For an example, like when you're drawing,
Hmm.
I guess if you pay more money, you can see thumbnails of it.
Mhm.
Right.
You can already do that with 4.5.
Ah.
You can export certain resolutions.
Right.
If you pay more money, you can already do that with 4.5.
These
Like,
companies.
I'm just like,
I
there's
know.
no real reason for me to jump away from 4.5 if it's working.
Yeah, they did the same thing with Adobe too. Flash. They have now. It used to be called Flash, but then they changed it to Animate. And I'm used to using the older versions because for the same reasons. First of all, they made it a cloud based, so you gotta pay a monthly subscription now. And
that's awful.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah.
that
That's
stuff.
the
Is the system you're talking about the one that you showed on one of your videos where you can move like the bone structure of the animation?
Yeah.
So
I didn't
one's
even know
called
that happened. What is it?
Yeah, That one's called Spine. I use that to do a lot of my temp animations.
Yeah, gotcha. That was crazy. I didn't even know you can do that.
Yeah, you could do it in Flash also, but Toon Boom is what is it? Industry standard. Most people in the animation industry use that, or most cartoons.
Yeah.
So
Technology's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Technology's really, really crazy.
Turbo has another question. Would Zelda be 2D side-scrolling or top-down? Like the overhead view, I guess, like the first one.
All right. So he coded a prototype for top down.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
So it's gonna be nuts.
So, just so you know, Turbo is the fifth member of our group. He's at home right now. He's a Zelda nut, so he's probably going crazy
He's
about
probably
you talking about it.
bit.
He's probably like salivating, like, tell me more about another Zelda. So he's probably losing his mind right now.
How'd you feel about the art direction of the new Zelda, the Link's Awakening one? Because they changed that.
It's cool.
Yeah, he's
it's very different.
It's
cool.
Look, I'm just a nostalgia geek, man. Like the last time I remember Zelda, it was the show.
Mm.
Yeah.
Last time I saw it.
Yeah.
I haven't played. I play a little bit of what's going on now, but it's interesting. I just
Okay.
I just want to know.
Part of it is I have no time to play games either. So
At least it's not like the 3DO Zeldas.
No.
Like that art. Oh my gosh.
You know what that?
who's
You know what
trying
that?
that.
You know what that answer was? You know it's all right. That's I could do better than that.
Yeah, it's good, but nothing like what I could do.
do better than that.
It's all right.
my mind is stuck in the '90s, man. So
I got you.
For me, everything was cooler in the '90s.
Yeah.
You know.
Then you're in a good place.
Yeah. No, 90s is awesome. I mean, we're 90s, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Man, when I saw the Streets of Rage stuff, that made me pretty happy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, Streets of Rage.
It's the
Ooh.
hand-drawn stuff, man. Ever
Yeah.
since Cuphead and
That
all these
stayed true.
games, I love hand-drawn.
Ooh, that's another question.
What?
So
Yeah, that's another question.
for a project like an actual one for a system, what would you aspire that game to be like? Would it be like a Cuphead type game or like a Ori type game, or because I know those are highly animated, like those types of games. So like a side-scrolling type game like that, if you had your choice, what game title would you like to work on?
What game title would I like to work on?
Yes, if you had a choice of anything they let you do.
Now, who's the licensor that I would have to pick from, or any license?
Any license. Like your dream job.
My dream job.
Yep.
Damn.
That requires some thought.
It's a tough one, man.
That's a tough one.
I mean, one is whatever I'd like to do. That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a lot in my head.
Mm.
But I like, gosh. Well, let me ask you guys that question. What do you think I should work on? Like, I'll be honest with you, man. I like remastering games.
Okay.
Okay.
I love remastering games. So, for an example, if I had the opportunity to redo Aladdin, I'd do it.
Okay.
I mean,
Version.
We have a game for you.
I mean,
This is a game we've been trying to.
I mean-
we've
You
been.
see his shirt. If you can see his shirt,
If you
I
can see this
mean,
shirt right here,
you
you
won't
can
even have to
see
say.
I mean,
Shining
It's
Force
probably
3.
all right. Shining Force 3 was for the Sega Saturn. It's my favorite game all time, and I've been on this podcast so many times complaining that there hasn't been a remake for this game because it's so amazing, and I need a remake
I'll
for
remake
this
it.
game.
Do it. Yeah.
Dude.
There's three main characters. I want to see how you draw these guys, and I swear, I'm going to push this
To the moon.
to the moon. This will get done by somebody. Someone is going to do this game for me. I swear, I will get it done.
You asked the dream title, and
That's
definitely
my
his.
dream. That's definitely my dream title.
Yeah.
You know what? Well, you have one.
Maniac
I
Mansion.
honestly I can't think of one right off the top.
I
of my
have
head.
two.
Ooh.
So I have one.
Oh,
You go
I have one.
first. You
Oh,
go
no.
first.
I know that there is an indie crew working on a 3D type Maniac Mansion,
Ooh.
but nostalgic wise, if I can have my perfect Maniac Mansion, it would be animated completely, like kind of like Day of the Tentacle, but to today's standards, and that's all like character based. Like all those characters don't look like normal.
That would look
people,
nice.
Right?
No,
It would look amazing.
That would look really
that way.
dope.
So to see that animated the way that it is, and it's not a hard title to really pull off.
Not
it's
really.
just all about art.
Yeah.
So that would be my go-to title
I-
if I can have one like that, and like Punch Out also.
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah.
Punch Out.
Yeah,
Punch
yeah.
Out is also.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Punch Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He said, I can do it. He's the boss. That's the boss in the background right there. He's the boss.
I actually just thought of one just now as you were speaking. One game that I would love to see remade, an HD remake with your animation style, and we've talked about this before
Oh, I'm excited.
on previous podcasts, but Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yes.
Whoa, yes.
probably-
Yeah, that's the one Turbo just mentioned.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah.
Great minds think alike.
It has to, like, I'd love to see that animated though, like not in the pixel art form, but just in a hand-drawn art style.
That'd be beautiful.
That would be a beautiful game.
I'd probably cry.
It would it would make a masterpiece that's already, it's already a timeless game. It's a masterpiece, but it would just put it right over the edge.
I would sob.
Oh my goodness, that would.
I have two very obscure games.
Okay.
One is Guardian Heroes for Sega Saturn.
Oh, that's such an amazing.
that's a
That's
very
such
obscure
an
game.
amazing. Oh, that's amazing, dude.
Very obscure.
With the way he draws, woo!
And the other one is Rocket Knight for Sega Genesis.
Rocket
Oh,
Knight.
that is a
wow.
left. Okay, I can see that though. I can see that.
That's super left, but that game was so fun.
That's,
Well, any mascot-based platform game I could see done that way. So yeah.
that'd be amazing.
No.
Wow.
Or imagine Sonic Adventure 2 like that.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
I
there's
would
so
do
many
that.
choices.
A Sonic
Oh.
would be crazy.
So
like
many
that.
choices.
Oh.
But that would be like the like the Game Boy Advance one was kind of like similar to that type of style.
Speaking of Sonic, have you seen the
new trailer?
The new trailer? and what are your thoughts when you first saw the
What were your thoughts on the original
on
trailer?
the, yeah? What
first?
were your thoughts on the original versus the new trailer? What they did?
Man,
Oh, I think it looks terrible.
Me too.
Oh my!
I don't like it.
wait.
The new one with like, oh wait, the one with the bigger eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess that's okay.
He could do it better.
Look for the new, live action movie.
oh yeah, me too.
That looked terrible.
Well, there's several things. It's impressive how fans impacted the remake of that.
Yes.
That's the first time I've ever seen
It's
something
the
like
Yeah,
that.
first time.
that's
It was
true.
an outrage. It was
Oh,
an
yeah.
outrage.
They had to change it.
It's one of those things where I tell my son like, it's a vulnerable thing when you expose yourself and the things you're working on. Like this game, I told him, ultimately it's whatever you want it to be. It doesn't matter what I want. It's whatever you want.
Yeah.
When you share this, people are gonna say, change this, change that, change this, change that.
Right.
Just look at it more like a suggestion.
Mhm.
In the end of the day, you just got to do what you got to do,
Right.
and that's it. You
Yeah.
just develop a over that. With that one, I was like, man, it's just when I first saw it, I was like, he doesn't look right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's just one of those decisions where I'm like, that's definitely an exception where the fans really did call it out. Like,
I mean,
I mean, there were professionals making changes to that, and it was a better change.
Well, somebody put a lot of work into the original, and I
Yeah.
felt bad in a way
Yeah.
because that's hard to do, and all those little hairs and everything.
Yeah, and
Like,
you
that's
pour your heart and soul
years
into your
and
art.
years.
Yeah.
And someone thought
And
that that was the Sonic.
Yeah. It's a gray area because when someone puts their vision for everyone to see and it gets ripped apart, it's like you got the source material. You got to go from the source. You
didn't really respect
You
the
got
source
to
material.
pay homage to the source material.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't want somebody to dictate what you
What want to
vision
do.
is.
It's
Right.
You
such
want
a
it to be that way.
yeah.
This is my thing. I would love to see. I don't mean to play devil's advocate, but it's just the thing is, I'd like to see the version of it with the original model.
Tell them to put it on the
Because maybe
Blu-ray.
the story
Right.
was it might support the story in the way he looked.
Right.
By the end, he might have
Well,
looked like the real
it's
Sonic. Imagine that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll have it.
That's all.
I'm sure they'll have it on the Blu-ray. You know, the original artwork.
They ain't gonna put it on.
They'll probably have a few clips of it. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm sure they'll have
They
the
took
original.
that
You can watch the
trailer
whole
down.
movie
No,
with the
they
original
might have
artwork.
it as a joke at the end of the movie.
I wish.
You know, someone dressed up as the old Sonic. Like,
I
what
want
the
to be in a
hell?
costume.
or at the end of the movie, Sonic becomes so famous they actually make that movie, and,
And
he
he's
sits there
watching
watching
it.
the trailer, and he's like,
That doesn't look anything
"Are
like
you
me.
serious?"
yes. Like people heard
That's
me.
how I felt when I saw He-Man. When I first saw He-Man, I was like, "Yo, where's the
Oh,
Orko?"
Yeah.
Oh,
What was
the
that?
old He-Man?
Yeah, I
Oh,
thought the
man.
same thing.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
Orko.
Yo,
Masters of the
I still
Universe.
love Masters of the Universe. I'm sorry.
I mean, I liked
When
it.
I was younger, I liked it.
I liked it, but
No,
no.
I liked it too. I'm just saying, when I first saw it, I was like, "Where's the Orko?"
I didn't.
Yeah.
Popeye with Robin Williams, I think, came out pretty good.
Source material, man. You gotta
Yeah,
do things the right way. If
you have to
especially
be.
like a classic title.
Yeah.
You
The
gotta.
new, the new Sonic trailer looks amazing, but
Right.
it looks
It does.
way better.
Oh, really?
than the
They
original.
did a great job.
And the turnaround, I don't know who did the work on that, but
You
the
know-
turnaround they did on that,
fast.
It's crazy.
I saw somebody. It was
Teams.
another animator on
Teams.
YouTube that did a. He actually redid the trailer himself, and he redid it. It's actually not exactly, but it's similar to the.
For one guy, it was crazy.
For one guy to do the animation, it was really good.
Maybe they hired him. It was like, listen,
Yeah, right.
guys, show my guys what to do. We just need some, just
Maybe
tell
they
us how
saw
it
that
is.
video. And, yeah.
Should have called Jesus for that job. You know what I'm saying? Get that animation right.
Anything I will stick to the license.
Yeah, man, I see it. I see it in your work.
Yeah. I mean, I was a fan of the cartoon, man. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
when I saw that trailer, I was like,
Listen, Nintendo needs to
hurt
call
my
you.
feelings.
'Cause what are their ideas?
Yeah.
What are their ideas for a new 2D Mario? Nothing.
no,
They have no ideas for a new Mario,
No.
so that needs to happen.
yeah, absolutely.
See if you can get in touch with Reggie and be like, listen,
Yeah, where's
I know
Reggie
you
at?
used to be the president of Nintendo.
Yeah.
So who you got? Who can you call for me?
Any other questions, guys?
Well, I want to ask, are your kids like, can they draw? Are you artists too?
What?
Can you guys
you an
draw?
artist?
Yeah.
I like painting.
Painting.
Okay, you're a
Oh,
painter.
okay.
Okay.
I like I like coloring a lot.
Color.
I like
Oh, wow.
adding color.
Okay. So you guys are like a whole project.
Yeah.
Like all of you
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
That's
It's just
dope.
like Dark Crystal.
An assembly
remember?
line.
Yeah.
The dude who made Dark Crystal, his son took over, or his daughter took over, and the son took over. So they made the
that's
whole
right.
thing later.
That's
so,
awesome. Keep it in
Yeah.
the family.
Yeah, man. So each of y'all a piece of the puzzle. It's gonna be awesome.
And you could trust family.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You could always trust family. That's
Stay true
dope.
to the source. I
Yeah.
know, man.
Cup,
That's what it's
Cuphead
about.
also, it was a family-based.
That's
thing.
awesome.
They
You see all the
they
cool
work
stuff.
together.
And it comes out amazing.
Yep.
That's dope. Can anybody draw backgrounds? I need someone to draw backgrounds for my comic book. All right.
Backgrounds are the Achilles heel of most
Yeah.
artists.
Well,
I
yeah.
hate drawing backgrounds for my comic, and it's a nightmare.
It's a lot of words.
This is the first time I've ever drawn back.
I've always avoided it.
Yeah,
I
it's-
hate it. I hate it.
You just take a picture and put it in Photoshop.
Yeah, put it into a Toon camera and then they'll just
Yeah,
throw it in
yeah,
there. You know, it's there's always shortcuts around there.
I'm not a fan of coloring myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't really like coloring.
Well, I've seen
But-
I've seen you online drawing, and I've seen the style that you do,
Mm-hmm.
and you do this like sketch, right? I don't know how you do it, but you do a sketch and then you erase it, but there's like a few lines left over. If I erase something, it's gone. Like I don't know how that's like a magic trick to me.
It's a way to relieve anxiety, actually. So
Yeah.
what happens is there's a thing in animation where they say you fall in love with your rough,
Mm.
and what happens is the rough is usually better than your final product. That's always the case.
Yeah,
And I can't live like that, so I'd rather erase it away.
it's crazy. 'Cause I would look at it because I was an artist, and I was never good at sketching. I would draw one picture. Because whenever they like make 10 pictures of the same thing, I'm like, no, I just want to draw one picture and call it a day. So I would draw like my final and be like, that's it. All the lines are where I want them to be. I erase whatever. I can't sketch for nothing. But to see like the vision happen like that, and then you erase it completely, and it's like, what happened there? And then you come back with something better. But I'm like, You just drew that. Why would you?
You know what's
erase
crazy
that?
though? Every single artist's
Different.
process to get out the final thing, it's so different.
It
It's
is.
so different. That's why I never like people who watch me draw, because it's psychotic. It's beyond the way I draw. It's not even. Everything is wrong with how I draw, but I get to where I need to get. But
Dude, I used to draw from the eyes first. No one likes that.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
how do you
it's-
draw a
it's-
face from the eyes first?
different. Everyone's different. So, but it's always fascinating though. It's always fascinating.
Yeah.
I love watching it. You know, it's really really awesome.
So
Yeah,
going
I'm not
off
artistically inclined in that way at all.
Or Turbo.
Hey, I wasn't born to draw. Actually, I was the worst one in my family. Yeah, I come from a family full of artists.
Really?
Wow.
And they had me in a circle, right, with all my uncles and cousins.
Okay.
Saying who were going to succeed and fail, and I was supposed to be the one that failed.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Down
here
in
you
my
are.
bone, bro.
Wow. My
Show
family.
them.
And then they wanted me to get into nursing. Because they're like, yeah, your talent's not that great.
Oh, man.
Damn!
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then like the best in my family would say, if I failed, you're going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I'm like, well, I guess that's real. But I didn't give up. And I took it as I just wanted to know why it didn't work. Like, why did I follow all the rules and nothing's working? So one of the rules is draw for 10,000 hours. I've drawn for 100,000 hours, and none of that worked.
Right.
I followed the circles in the line. I followed everything people said. Draw from life, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
I failed, so technically it shouldn't work. Then I just decided I'm just going to do things that are really weird. I'm going to experiment and try weird things. And I did, and I ended up learning how to draw on my own. And I think in the end of the day, it's just about finding what's right for you, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So when people say, how do I get better at drawing? I'm like, sculpt. That's what I thought.
Right.
Just
If
try
I
it.
can't draw those, I'll sculpt one out. If I can sculpt one out, I have to be able to draw the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
That's true.
started sculpting. And then my drawing got better.
Wow. I never even thought of that.
I started learning the human anatomy and stuff like that. And just stuff started to click. And so when people ask me, you know, how do you do stuff? It's always the complete opposite what they're taught.
Right.
But it's only because I tried that way. It didn't work for me.
Nice.
Just try different
So-
things, man. That's awesome.
That's
So
awesome.
that's like another question I had.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, you basically answered it there. It was what advice would you give to aspiring artists who want to get into the gaming industry or animation or drawing as a career in general?
You create your own opportunities. You don't wait for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a lot of see, that's the thing, right? Like I can wait a million years for someone to say, do the Super Mario Super Show game.
Right.
Might not happen, man. You know, that's just not some of it has been a gift, like DuckTales, like wow. I'm working on DuckTales.
So
Earthworm Jim didn't come my way. I wish it did.
oh
but,
man.
Oh, actually, it's funny you said that. No. I'm just-
Well, we saw one of our interviews. We had Tommy Tallarico on, and he's making. You know, he
does the music for Earthworm Jim. He also did the voice of.
did he do the voice?
Yeah.
But he's working on obviously the sequel. But yeah, so that's a connection there too. It's a little world, man. It's a little world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Earthworm Jim is one of those animated works.
I would say just keep doing it. Don't let anybody stop you, tell you you can't. That's it. I mean, I didn't listen to my whole family. I just did what I wanted.
That's so I love it.
Yeah, man, do it your own way.
Yeah.
Make
like
it happen.
that,
You
I
got-
get it.
So, do we have time for a little story I want to tell you?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Dude,
time.
absolutely.
Speak away.
So I was at Cal Arts, and in my second year, I didn't do a film. We have to do a film every year, an animated film. And in my third year, I found out that my wife was pregnant. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to be a responsible person and not be an animator. I'm going to go get a real job. I don't want to, you know, my window for trying that out is gone now. I'm going to be a father. So then I decided my third year not to listen to anybody. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do whatever I want. So I was raised around cockfighting with chickens and stuff. So I made a 2D animated film of these two chickens fighting, speaking broken Spanish. Yeah, it was like a Telemundo novela.
Oh man, that's awesome.
And I thought, hey, you know what would be funny? If I send this off to Disney. So I sent it off to Disney, and they gave me an internship.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
And
That's so awesome.
how the heck did that happen?
Yeah.
I was going to school with real talented people, man. Like the
Right.
guy who designed Ariel. I was
Whoa.
going with his nephew, amazing animator.
Wow.
And here I am fighting chickens, pissing at each other. And like, if you've ever seen the Thundercats intro,
Yes.
it's like stuff like that where
Yeah,
they're doing crazy. And I got in, and so I asked later, "Hey, who reviewed my stuff, and who said that, you should bring this kid in?" And I was told that it was just something that was new. They hadn't
That's so
seen something
awesome.
like that before. And I thought, damn, that one video though, that one film, opened the doors for lots of things in the video game industry for me.
Wow.
I guess that's what happens when you say F it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
That's why you're on this podcast right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
That's the whole reason.
On the
Wow.
podcast, talk about Mango Tango. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Love it.
For reals, man.
That's awesome.
Hey, and just so you guys know, I'm gonna call this out into the world. Armando Soto, he's a director.
Mhm.
And yeah, just remember that name, bro. You're gonna hear it all over the place.
Armando Soto?
Armando
It's
Soto.
gonna be great
Okay.
things coming from this guy. I'll sync up with you guys and that dude. It's
Oh,
it's
Okay.
a pretty
Hey, I'm
Thank you.
looking forward to it, man.
Okay.
All right.
The more people, the better. We like talking to everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any?
What's up,
Do you have any questions for us?
dude? I don't know, my bros. What's up? How long have you been doing?
How long we been doing this for?
Going on 3.
Yeah, going on 3 years.
3
now.
years.
3 years.
Yeah, yeah.
I joined up a little later. What? Like last year?
On 2.
Year 2.
Yeah,
you
year two.
joined. Yeah, you joined.
Yeah,
year
yeah,
two.
yeah.
Yeah, but we've been
doing
playing games with each other, against each other for
Forever.
before high school. Like it's
We don't want to age ourselves.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Forever.
is my old.
We know about the Mario Super Show. All right, we've aged ourselves.
Yeah,
all
we
right?
did. If you hear what we talk about, you'll know where we're
Yeah, we've
So how far back do you guys go with systems?
NES.
I started with Nintendo and Genesis.
I grew up with an Intellivision, Atari, and ColecoVision in my house.
Oh yeah, well, we had ColecoVision.
And I didn't start playing because I was too young to play. I played the first game I played was Zelda for Nintendo, and when Kev was playing it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing! I need to start you." And ever since then, and the funny thing, I'm not even the craziest Zelda fan, but that got me into games.
I played Atari and ColecoVision, but I didn't have it. First system I had was Sega Master System, and I was like the left field guy because everybody had Nintendo, and I was like, I got Sega, so my games look better than yours. But obviously, Nintendo was, we lost that one. but Sega Master System still holds a place in my heart. But
It's good systems.
It wasn't better than Nintendo by far.
No, it wasn't.
But that's why I started. Then I got Nintendo late. Then the 16-bit. But since then, what'd you have first?
I had a Atari 2600.
Ooh.
And that was the first system I owned with my older brother who got it. Actually, my parents got it from a garage sale because, before the video game crash. And the first game I ever played was E.T.
Oh, that
First
game was
game?
terrible.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
game was terrible.
I thought there was something wrong with me when I was a kid, and I hated video games because of it. But then I got a Nintendo for Christmas, and I fell in love after playing Super Mario. That was my first game.
There you go.
And Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt was also a great game.
Me and a couple friends still talk about ET.
It is so crazy.
And it always is
fall
talked
into a
about.
ditch. That's
Yeah.
when you walk in. Oh, you
And then
fall.
the game's
Like,
over,
Wait,
pretty
what?
No, you put your head up and you
Yeah,
see
you have
the
to
other
hold the
screen.
button
It's
or
the
something.
same game. Everyone played the same part.
Oh.
That's it.
That game was
I
just.
was hoping you can elaborate more on Mario Sunshine and why it's a bad game.
What's that?
Sunshine?
Oh,
What
Sunshine?
you like
That's
about
yeah.
Sunshine?
The mechanics were different.
Says the guy who never played it.
I played it. No,
you have?
no, I did play it. Yeah,
Oh,
we
I
had it.
I know Kev played
Yeah,
it.
no,
but I
yeah,
didn't think you
Kev
played
bought it and we played it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I grew up with. I'm a Super Mario 3 guy. I'm a Super Mario World guy.
Dude, world is hard.
Super Mario 64. I like most Mario games, but the way that just played with the water pack, I wish the water pack was just optional. You know, like something that you find or something, rather than like you have to play the entire game with the water pack.
Well, Mario was never about a water gun.
Yeah. It just. I know with Mario though, they try so many different things. Like Mario Odyssey was so different. You know, you throw your hat on something and you become that thing, which is cool. I prefer the suits myself, but
well, you were a bee or something.
Or a frog or whatever. But something with Sunshine, I'm like, this is just not clicking. And
because you could have put any character in that outfit, like with the water gun, and it would have not been Mario.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a Mario. It felt like Mario was in a random game. You know,
right?
I didn't feel like the character, unlike the other ones. But
Galaxies were dope though.
Galaxies were
good. Went back to form.
Yeah, Galaxies were
one of my
good.
favorites.
Galaxy, but Mario's weird like that. Mario is just it's you'd never know what you're gonna get with a Mario game.
Yeah, they keep it fresh at least. Yeah, but that was just the lowest point.
that. But the thing is, as much as I didn't like the game, it's not like
it's polished.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, this is the worst game in history. I think it's the worst Mario game.
They just got so happy with that oil physics.
With the
They got too happy. They terminated with
but
that.
I know people who love that game, so I'm like, all right, that's cool. You know, that's your thing. But I never really clicked with it.
Turbo was talking about how it wasn't a great Mario. The last boss fight is fighting Bowser in a bathtub.
He was on vacation. He was on vacation, and Mario ruined his vacation.
Oh, that reminded me of the show.
And I was just like, I remember watching him when he beat that.
And he said there's too much reliance on the water mechanics.
Yeah.
Not the power-ups weren't as fun as the traditional power-ups.
Right.
Yes. But that did remind me of an episode
of Super Show. Super Show had some funny, weird episode with the kung fu and stuff. Yeah. Like, what is happening in this show?
That water pack does prove useful in Smash Brothers, though.
Oh God,
not against me.
That should be a man.
Nobody cares.
So, what game started you off of anything? What was your first game that got you into everything?
Oh man. The one game that got my attention was, the one where I thought was different was Mario 2 because everyone was different.
I liked
Doki Panic.
I liked Mario 2 a lot. A lot of people are not a fan. I really enjoyed Mario 2.
Doki Panic.
You need to be quiet.
It was super different.
I don't know if you know. What was that?
This is interesting because it's all different. You know, there were. The princess, I was surprised I could play as the princess. I was like, dude, I could play as the princess. And Toad, finally. Go to the other castle, I get to play as that dude.
Yeah, they did let you play everybody. That was interesting.
Toad got his time to shine, and each of them had their own advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason, I don't know if you know the reason why it played so different from the other Mario's, and you were allowed to have play as it.
It was another game.
Right.
Yeah.
Imagine that done over with some animation like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. That should have been animated by Jesus. Also.
We need a remake. We need a real remake of part 2.
Well, we're gonna come up with a list of games.
Yeah, we'll
send you
a list.
Just try a stage of each. You don't gotta do the whole game.
Yeah.
We'll test them for you. We'll test them.
Yeah.
So Mario 2 was interesting, and then I saw that they took all that away on Mario 3.
Mm-hmm.
Which was amazing still.
That was
yeah, and then afterwards it went to Yoshi, Mario World.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that time my mom couldn't afford that game, so I couldn't play that game.
Oh, man.
And then I remember when I first saw Aladdin and Earthworm Jim, I was blown away.
Yeah. Earthworm Jim.
I can see the inspiration.
Super clean.
I could definitely see the inspiration from Aladdin, at least.
Back when Blockbuster was a thing, I remember renting Earthworm Jim and being blown away. And I rented it like 3 times. Then I bought the game because I was like,
a lot of people have a lot of stories about Earthworm Jim, man. It's a very important game.
The music, the gameplay, the animation.
Animation, yeah.
When you were working on Shantae, did you have Aladdin flashbacks for the inspiration for that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I did, man. It was really something. I'm actually working on the game myself. It's I'll let you guys play it. That I'll convey to the world sometime.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'd be happy to hear about that.
I taking the best games that I remember growing up and making levels out of it. So like TNC surfing.
Oh gosh, surf design? Really? Wow. I don't have fond memories of that game.
No fond memories of that
Well,
game.
on the remake, obviously it'll be improved.
Yeah,
But-
it'll be all HDified. It's something I'm experimenting with. So
Okay.
I'd be quite curious. Once it gets along, I'll send it to you guys. Let me know
Yeah.
what you think.
Oh, we'll definitely check
Yeah,
that
I
out.
will test
man.
out anything, man.
Definitely.
We'll
man.
put it all on the channel. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we're good. Is there anyone else?
I've one last.
One last.
One last
Okay.
question. What is your end goal for Super Mario Super Show? What would you like to see happen with it?
Good question.
Oh man, I don't. If it was my dream,
Yeah.
we got funded, man. You know, if somebody was interested, that would be interesting. That would be something. If we were allowed to keep doing what we were doing, you know, watch it in this way, you know, because I think it's really unique that, yeah, it's just very different. And this is what I was telling him. I'm like, you can choose to do something that's been done, but we've seen that, or we can just experiment and do different things.
Yeah,
you know, and you know, I was telling him that might make some fans angry,
Yeah.
or it might be received. But that's
where-
okay.
That's where amazing
Because
happens.
I know they,
Yeah. You're always gonna have
Yeah.
people hating.
Yeah.
People will always hate on something.
Yeah.
yeah.
They
And
look
so-
for reasons.
As long as you don't
So
put a
it's-
water pack in there.
No water pack though. No water pack.
Think you're on the right path. if you don't put that in.
No, I mean that whole funding thing. I mean that's just beyond our expectations. But really, what we want to see is, I honestly, I'll be honest with you. I think it's bringing a lot of people together. That's the thing that I got from this is all the fans are coming out like, dude, you're working on that. That's nuts. I don't know. It's just all that love and people coming together because of the game. I think I've already succeeded, to be honest with you.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Definitely doing some
All
you're
magic.
we've
there.
done it, bro. Everything here.
Right.
That's okay. For a brief moment, we got to get together like we're doing now and
Yeah.
Right.
say, hey, we're working on this game and this is exciting. And
Yeah, man.
I thought that was kind of cool. And, you know, I think that was nice. And again, I think I keep thinking about my kid. I'm like, damn, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be sitting here talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a lot of fathers have reached out to me. I thought that was really neat. You know, how
Yeah, it's
more
cool.
getting involved and that's cool. So as long as that's happening, I guess we've already won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say so.
I'd say so. Definitely, when you're working on a passionate project, and
Right.
you know, it does way better than you think, and
Right.
it's one of those things that I personally feel that it will probably exceed your expectations, and I think it's gonna get someone's gonna see it, and
Right.
I think
Listen, it'll have. Okay.
you know, I just think someone or some bodies will eventually fund it. And then you could, you know, get that Shining Force 3 remake going, and then
Symphony of the Night, you know, Castlevania,
and then all the projects will start happening, and then everyone's dream comes true.
And on a serious note, you're making lifetime memories with your family.
Yeah,
Which
Yeah,
is-
that's very
Those
commendable,
are
man.
irreplaceable.
that's more important than anything.
Commendable,
Listen,
man.
Funded or not, like this is still impacting someone somewhere. It's gonna be
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
Aladdin,
Yeah,
and they're gonna work on something and say, "Look,
Yeah.
it was this Mario show that got me to do this, and it showed me that I didn't have to wait for anybody,
exactly.
and I did it my way, and somebody's gonna have that because of you."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll definitely be there to support and like, yeah, dude, keep going,
That's
rock
awesome.
it.
Oh, one last thing before we part ways.
We're never
could
letting you go.
Yeah. I want you to show if you could lift up. Go ahead, just show it. Just show the drawing there that you did of us. Did a caricature of all of us there.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
And he did it in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crazy art.
That's awesome.
that's cool, man.
That's awesome.
That's it. That's us.
You
Level
even got the Brahma
857.
Bull on my.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so dope. Oh man.
Thanks for
Jesus,
that, man.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor having you here today.
amazing. Dude.
We appreciate your time.
We got to definitely keep in touch.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
Next time you're in New York, hit us up, please.
Yep.
We definitely have to
Yeah.
up and talk.
I appreciate, man, the interview. Thank you very much, and we love you from here, man. You guys take care.
Yeah, you
All
too,
right,
man.
We'll do this
Peace,
again
man.
sometime.
I'll do the hand thing, but we're too far away from the camera.
Yeah, we're too far. We're too far.
Yeah.
Your kids too. Your kids too.
Later, guys.
Later, guys. Thank you.
All right.
All right, you guys. Well, that was pretty cool.
That
man.
was so awesome.
Yeah, man.
So awesome.
But it's not over because you know what we got?
Got news.
We got news.
I always get a good feeling after these.
Heck yeah.
These interviews, man.
Where you're gonna feel even better because.
Hey! All right, so we're on to the news today. So let's talk about some Resident Evil 2. So Resident Evil 2 Remake sales are about to surpass the original's lifetime sales.
As it should.
Yeah, so has this been a thing? Like, has a remake ever outdone, like, a blockbuster like the original?
That's a good question.
I don't really keep up with too many
I don't know.
remakes, to be honest.
Because usually, like, if it's a massive remake,
Right.
it's because something was massively successful.
If
Right.
it's a remastered, no, obviously.
No.
Yeah.
If it's a remake, which is
remake.
not too common.
Right.
I'm not sure if there's been one that outdid the
I
original.
don't. I don't remember
know.
anything being this severe of a remake that has come out. I mean, other than Final Fantasy VII, but that's not out yet.
Oh, yeah, we ain't even talking about that.
Yeah. So
Even so, though, the
Yeah.
amount that Final Fantasy VII sold is going to be hard.
Yeah, that's
for
gonna
the
be
new
tough.
one to beat it.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that it's episodic too, it's like
It's different. It's a little different.
it's a little different. Yeah.
it's gonna be tough.
So,
But that's awesome though.
yeah, so it sold 4.7 million as of September 30th. And,
Wow.
like, Resident Evil 2, the original, was a title that was so big at its time. Like, that was the blockbuster AAA title of that year.
Game was
Was
awesome.
it 98? I
Yes.
believe it came out then.
98. Yes.
So, what did they have about? I guess it's probably 5 million or so.
This is gonna date me, but I remember when I got that game, I got it from nobody. If you remember in that time in '98, Incredible Universe.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, remember that?
Wait, what was it called?
Incredible
Incredible
Universe. It was a store. It was like a.
It's like
It's
Circuit
a-
City.
it's
Wait,
a,
like a Best
Target
Buy,
now.
basically.
I wasn't
It's a
born
Target
yet
now.
though.
You're a liar.
I know, I feel old now, but yeah, I remember buying it from there. That's fond memory. I
It's
had.
a Target now.
Well, you were one of the 5 million or more.
Well, yeah.
So,
yeah.
the fact that Resident Evil 2 Remake has even impacted as hard as it did within the first year of release
Right.
is amazing, because there's so many other titles that are so good right now that came out this year.
It's true.
But I guess they chose a right time, because as far as, I mean, it has a good chance of winning Game of the Year, but the reason why it won't win probably is because it's a remake. And they'll pick an original title over a remake any given day.
Yeah.
So they picked a good year, though, because there wasn't that many AAA games.
Right.
But now's a good chance for an indie title to pop up and steal the Game of the Year.
Yeah,
title.
indie titles. Love me some indie titles.
It's like Sekiro or whatever, and this are like the only big titles, other than like on Switch, they had some big titles also.
They had Astral Chain, which is a big
Yeah,
title.
Astral Chain is in the contention, and
in
they
there.
had
Damn, I haven't
game.
played that damn game.
they had
I haven't
your
played it either.
three houses.
Oh, Fire Emblem.
Fire
They have they have Fire Emblem.
That's probably mine.
Luigi's
So-
Mansion's probably going to be up there
Ooh,
too,
yeah,
because
yeah.
I heard good things.
I heard nothing but good things
Yeah.
about that game.
But as far as a remake, it, like I said, it picked a good time to come out because everyone bought it.
Yeah.
Everyone, because it just looks so damn good.
I couldn't wait to get it.
It's the definition of what a remake should be.
Yeah.
It's not even like, oh, they just added some stuff here. No, this is like
Yeah,
this
they changed
is a
it,
different game.
but they didn't do it worse.
Completely different.
They did it better.
They did
They
it.
did it better, and they added stuff, but it didn't deviate from the
Nope.
the type of game it was.
No.
It added to the game, and it did it.
It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece.
Well, man.
They said, "Listen, what can we take from Resident Evil 2?
Right.
Keep it the same,
Yeah.
but
add some
what
new
was
stuff.
bad about it?
Right, make it
what
better.
can we change?" And they added new stuff completely.
It's
new
incredible.
characters and everything.
Chuck, I
Yeah.
want you to play it so bad.
Yes. And I
gonna
think
get-
you would enjoy it.
I'm gonna
man,
get it
too.
on Black Friday.
Oh, you are?
Are you?
You
Yeah,
should.
it's gonna be $15.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it on Black
Yeah.
Friday.
No, you.
The game blew me away, and
You'll
I
be
was
blown
like,
away. I mean, you'll be.
Yeah, well,
it's terrifying.
There's
I'm
some,
gonna tell you, it's
there's some parts where
terrifying.
it just gets you. Where you're like, oh,
It's
Yeah.
terrifying, but it's so.
no, it's satisfying.
When I play it, I'll stream it.
Please do.
It's satisfying.
Please do.
Yeah.
Watching
You know
Kev is hilarious because he gets scared. Watching Jay is hilarious, and watching you will probably be hilarious also.
You know what's crazy is that every one of us plays it completely
Different. Yeah, everyone's
Everybody.
different.
And the way the game
You beat it
is
in what,
designed.
2 days, right?
Huh?
You beat it in like 2 days.
I beat it in 2 days. Yeah.
I did not beat it in 2 days.
I'm a slow player.
Took me a while.
I explore.
I
like to
freaking
explore.
run through the game like I.
I don't explore. I just
Because I need.
Go,
I
but-
want to protect myself.
but
so I
I
need
s-
ammo.
I saved like that was a big improvement is the fact that you can save as many times as you want.
God
Yeah.
bless.
I saved so
God
many
bless.
freaking times.
I did.
And that was the reason why I was able to freaking make it
100
through all the
times.
way. Yeah.
But the fact that it's going to be $15
That's
That's Black Friday,
Is insane.
it's going to beat this record.
Yeah.
It's definitely
If
going to
you-
sell more.
If you did
Don't.
not play Resident Evil 2, whatever, and it's $15,
Right.
and you don't buy this game and you call yourself a gamer, shame on you.
Yeah.
This is a must-have for everybody. Force yourself to play this game.
Yes.
It's so good.
I don't care if you're 5 years old.
You'll be pleasantly
5 years old playing it.
yeah. you'll be pleasantly surprised, man.
Yeah, man.
Great game.
It's so awesome.
All right.
I'm about that life.
On to the next one.
Yeah. Okay. So that's some Nintendo 64 news. No,
Yeah,
it's not
boy.
actually Nintendo 64, guys. So a failed GoldenEye 007 HD remake
Right.
has been discovered. The footage of it has been about half an hour online. This was the oft rumored version of it that was supposed to be in the Rare Collection 360 release, and it later that collection got re-released on the Xbox One.
Right.
But and that was a remaster also, not a remake though.
Remaster.
But there was footage of interviews and stuff like that that were uploaded onto YouTube earlier, a couple years ago, maybe like 2013,
Okay.
and they were talking about actors who were in the game and programming the game to look this good and all this stuff. But the thing was that Rare didn't have the license for GoldenEye, so they were working on the game. They basically completed the entire game
And didn't have the license.
and could not put it on this disc with the collections of everything
That's a tragedy.
because it was at that time, I believe it was in Activision's hand,
Right.
007, and obviously they couldn't do it. Nintendo and Rare were like, best buddies in Nintendo 64 times,
Right.
and they basically like owned Rare.
Right.
But and Microsoft came in and bought Rare, and that took everything away. Like they can't make Donkey Kong and they can't make
Right.
GoldenEye
Right.
because of the licensing. And they tried to get it working, obviously, because they were going to work on this without clearance, but they just couldn't get that clearance. I don't understand why. That's printing money.
Right.
That's a nostalgic title that people are dying to play.
I would buy that.
Right.
I'm not a
So-
GoldenEye fan.
Never mind, but there's
Ouch.
such a following for that game.
I have so
Listen-
many
oh, yeah.
fond memories of playing that game.
Yeah,
That
I'm
game-
about to say I know you messed with that game, didn't
so
you?
many.
Yeah.
You know,
I
Looking
never
for-
owned it because I never owned an N64.
Neither
but
have I.
You remember Steve?
but I played it. Yeah.
Steve, yeah. I
yeah,
think
he used
that
to-
might have been how I played it, maybe.
yeah.
That's how I played it.
Steve.
But yeah, he was the one who introduced me to it, and that game was hilarious.
I played it
Yeah.
maybe a few times. Of course, I was terrible. I'm terrible at first persons, but I just remember running from somebody, going into a room with glass windows, just throwing mines on them everywhere. And when they went to shoot me, I blew everything up, including myself.
Yeah.
So,
There's two games that I like that were from that era that I liked. It was Time Splitters and GoldenEye.
I
Those are
co-sign
two
Time
games.
Splitters.
Those two games are like
I was
for
decent.
originally there was Wolfenstein,
right.
Castle Wolfenstein,
Right.
and there was Doom.
Doom. Yeah. I was
So
a Doom
those were
fan.
the first grandkids of like the first person shooter.
Right.
And then came GoldenEye, and that's what introduced. I mean, there was Duke Nukem 3D also.
Yeah.
But as far as home console
Yeah.
playing each other on the couch at home, multiplayer,
That was
shoot
it.
'em, like a shooter, that was the game.
That was.
And that's why it's like the Final Fantasy VII of shooters for people.
Yeah.
Because it introduced them to it.
It also reminds me of diehard arcade, even though one's third person, one's first person. It just reminded me of the graphics.
really left field
because the
for-
graphics,
Because the
were
graphics
so
and the way the
good.
glass broke and the shootouts,
Yeah,
it
I
just
guess.
reminded me of diehard
I
arcade.
guess.
Well, the reason why the graphics are so bad,
Trilogy, not the yeah.
but the graphics are so bad in GoldenEye that people will go crazy for an HD remake of it. Because even if you
Yeah.
play it on a Nintendo 64 on the TVs now, it looks like a dirty mess.
See, this is the thing about N64, Saturn, PlayStation. They don't age well.
The graphics
They're horrible. You could play Nintendo, Genesis, Super Nintendo. They age fine. You know, that style ages fine, but that era does not age well, but they had dope games.
The beginning of Polygons was ugly.
The
gameplay mechanics were like.
But imagine,
have you seen? Actually, there's a guy who does animation and stuff like 3D animation, and he redid all those nasty N64 games. Redid like the animations for them, like with upgraded like,
and it's probably amazing.
It's beautiful, man.
See, he did that has to happen with a lot of these games.
He did Mario 64 with like blades of like animated.
Oh yeah, they do it in Unreal Engine.
It was crazy,
dude. That has to happen for like all the games that came out.
I know.
To be honest,
I know.
They did it for Zelda.
Remake,
they did it for Ocarina of Time back in the day.
Yes.
Remember when they did that first demo with the light shining off them and all that stuff?
Yeah.
It's dope.
Dude, they do that with Ocarina of Time. Turbo 857's gonna have a heart attack.
But with the footage that popped up online, they showed a half an hour of the game. And everyone who's ever dreamed, like, I could care less. Like I said, I don't care about
it's not my thing.
But
it would be dope, though. It'd be dope.
Loves this game. For them to see a half an hour of this game looking
and not be able to play it,
way, but like looking at like how it did in your head.
Yeah,
because you think it looked amazing,
right?
So when you look at it again, you're like, oh, that's disgusting. But when you see it like this, you're like, I want that.
Right.
If you give me $20, $30. Millions of dollars is sitting on the table and it's completed. It's not even like they did it again. It's just old footage. Like,
it's there,
and it's there. Just put it out, people.
Come on.
Like, listen, there's still hope. There's still hope because this came out,
right?
And because of Nintendo and Rare's relationship, and Microsoft for that matter.
It would be good for games, man. It's good for the industry.
Listen, they got Ori. They got what's another one they put over to the Switch? Microsoft's putting their games over there.
Oh, they
like
put
Cuphead got over there.
Most of the games.
Minecraft is over there.
Everything but Halo.
Yeah, but
pretty much.
It's 4 games
and Gears and Forza. That's all right. That's it.
But
their whole library.
but a game like Goldeneye can pop over to Nintendo to make millions.
Yes.
And Microsoft is stupid to not just make millions.
Yeah.
And they already have the friendship. Yeah. Where they can say, listen, this might be feasible. You got Banjo-Kazooie in the game.
They got Rare, man. Come on.
You guys are cool with each other.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, we already got it made. Just put it in there. That's it.
So
we'll see. We'll see within a year or so if this actually happens.
Make those things
happen.
We'll
see what happens, man.
People need that shit.
Hell yeah.
I'll buy it.
No Pierce Brosnan. You think they'll put them in there?
Don't care.
You don't need to
Don't
see
even care.
I do a pretty good imitation.
Come on.
I do a pretty good imitation.
Go ahead.
I can't do it. No, I don't want to do it right now.
I put him on the spot. That's what happened.
No. Actually, I don't do it. I don't.
Oh, okay. I put him on the spot.
You think?
Yeah, I was actually gonna imitate Sean Connery.
Hell, man. Wow. He's not in the game.
You would have messed that up so bad. I'd be like, that wasn't Pierce Brosnan. What the hell?
I was mid sip of the beer and everything. I couldn't do it.
Oh boy. Anyway, moving on to the next bit of news.
All right. So, PlayStation games cartridges may have been leaked, may have been leaked. Haha, that ain't my fault.
Oh,
who did that?
Wow.
Oh, little typo.
I love it. I love the typos.
I'm gonna leave it in there though. For
PlayStation 5 game cartridges may have been leaked in a new patent filed by Sony. So, as you see in this picture in the corner here, if you're watching this, there's a patent. You know how they have little sketches. It's a sketch of a cartridge. Mm-hmm. It's not. It could be nothing but a cartridge. It has to be a cartridge. But what is that for? Is the speculation that's going on right now.
Real quick, I wanted to add. I just saw today that there was an artist 3D rendition.
We're gonna get to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Because I saw that today. I was like, whoa.
So there is a 3D rendition of it out, based on speculation of what it might be.
Still pretty awesome.
So it's not gonna be games. People was like, oh, it's gonna be a portable thing. They're gonna put it in a VR headset, or like, so you don't have to have a system. You can just play the game and I mean, valid point.
Right.
It could be, but I don't think that's it.
It's not really.
I was like, just let my mind roam here. I was like, what if it was like a new version of a UMD?
Oh man!
Like the PSP with the plastic around
with
it,
a disc inside. That has some disc in.
And I was like,
it's a Blu-ray inside of in the cartridge.
I was like, no, that's gonna be huge, and it don't make no sense. So
it doesn't make sense.
It'll be like a floppy disk.
Oh man, can you imagine?
Dude, that's
Taking
horrible.
it back, man.
That's
You
a
don't want to
bad-
scratch the disc.
That's a bad idea.
I'm surprised they never did that back in the day.
No.
But now they'll put it in like a floppy disk
floppy
thing
disk.
and put the disc in that way so it doesn't
The
scratch.
floppy disk was the worst freaking thing ever, man.
But I'm saying, all those games are scratched now. It
Yeah,
would have been
they're
a good
exposed
idea.
to the other. Like, oh god.
But this is definitely not it. Now it's like, what if it could be
Mm-hmm.
a cartridge that you put into the
System.
control? No, into the controller, because it could be tiny. Who knows what this looks like as far as the size of it?
Right.
Like, what if you could put it in a controller and it could be your user information, so you don't have to sign in on all these controllers everywhere? That would be
that's
awesome.
annoying.
Yeah.
That would be cool if you could just pop that in and be like, this is me. Don't worry about signing me in. This is me.
If that could get eliminated for good, please. God,
I thought of it as
please.
like a modular type of thing. Like you could add more storage to your system,
Well-
so that the price of the system can be lowered, basically. So
Well, I'm gonna get to that.
oh, there's more.
So-
Okay, all right. There's
Well,
more, yeah.
the rumor of it was that there was on the controller there's a screen.
Right.
So I was like, what if there were simplified games of some sort that they would put on something like this, so you can use that as a portable system, maybe. So like simple games. Who knows, right?
Like mini games.
Maybe.
You mean like
Like a VMU. Not that simple, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So maybe that could have been a thing. And then they said what seems to be the truth of the matter is that it might be the SSD storage for the system, which you were talking about.
Right.
So I can see that happening, and I hate to see that happen for this matter.
Oh, I have
only.
a different opinion, but
For
go
this
ahead.
matter only. Like, it's cool that you can keep. All right, so the reason that they add something like this is to keep the price of the system down, because everyone's vision of this system is like, oh, it's gonna be like $600. It's gonna be $700. The way the stuff that's in it, like if you count how much the GPU and everything in there is, that stuff goes for like $400 to $500 to begin with, without even talking about controllers and the system and the R&D and all that.
Right.
So you're thinking price is way up. Sony said, listen, we're trying to bring the prices as low as possible to make sure we sell this to as many people as possible.
Right.
That's why they have the backwards compatibility and everything built into the system, hopefully.
So why is it that you're?
This is why. Because Sony is notorious for putting a price tag on these things. Like whatever proprietary item that they've released, let it be like mini disc or the or UMDs or the
Vita.
the memory for the
Memory
Vita.
cartridge?
Yeah, the memory for that. They're notorious for putting a price tag on something like this way beyond what people want to pay. So if they come out with something like this and say, oh, you want it to be 100 terabytes or like, you know, for the system, you want to change the RAM, I'll say, or put SD in for 1,000 gigs, some terabyte. The price of that is what I'm worried about. I don't care if you can put in, say you put in 3 terabytes. Cool, I can do that. The sell system with 500.
How much do you think it's gonna be?
Well,
Well, they're
let me
putting a
say my
system that
point.
comes with 500 gigs. Say it's saying with 500 gigs. Games are 50 gigs a piece or more, right?
Yeah.
And you obviously need more space within a year or so. If they're charging $200 for a terabyte of information that you can get, like an SSD for a terabyte is probably around like 150 or so. So that's why I'm like, this is proprietary for Sony. It's not going to be the same price as your regular SSD. And by the time this comes out, say you can get that terabyte for $100 as the lowest for like a third party company. And the way they have it now with PS4, you can take out the drive, put in any drive that works and fits in there, and you can use that. So I can get a terabyte of information for $50 and put that in there. No qualms. It's not locked into anything. But they want to make this simple. Pop a disc out or pop a cartridge out, pop the other cartridge in. You got all your stuff. No complaints. It's easy to do. Like I said, if it's not
It's all about price.
$300,
I got you. It's all about
if
price.
it's not $300 for it, I'm cool with that.
I like to counteract that. I understand where your concern is, but where I'm coming from, where I'm thinking about is like Sony in general. Like, yes, are they notorious for overcharging for
How much is a
proprietary
Vita memory now? Still.
Well, are they notorious for it? Yes. However, they're a different company than they were when they released the Vita, when they released all the VMU, when they released all those fucking, the proprietary media or memory or anything. When they did that, they were a different company. They had all their other divisions were still intact. What happened since then? They lost their tons of people, layoffs and all this stuff. To the point where their gaming division is the only division that's actually making them a profit.
Yeah.
So that means they can't mess up.
They've been known to make this particular mistake.
Even though they've been making this mistake before. Look what the mistake got them to, though. Look what happened to the Vita because of that. Right? So I think in their, like, the history of them doing that, yes. Is it bad? Yes. Do they have a problem doing, overcharging for peripherals and stuff like that? Yes. Nintendo's not far off either, because freaking Joy-Cons, man. Come on. $90 for a pair of Joy-Cons? What the heck? Anyway, but going to this, though, like, they can't afford to make a mistake and overcharge for a proprietary storage. And as the fact that they're actually experimenting, you saw the thing with the loading times and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
That they're working on new, like,
that's why
a new way
to
to load fast,
probably.
like a game. Like, that's gonna be next gen. That is next gen.
But that's probably why it has to be this particular model.
How much is it?
That's why they have
be?
the patent. Well, we don't know the freaking price.
What's your guess? What do you think?
My thing is this.
Shut up.
That's what I want to know.
I think it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be the same price.
All I hear is jibber jabber.
I'm gonna say this. I'll give you a price, man. Listen.
Sony.
I'll give you a price list. My prediction. Well, we're gonna do a podcast on predictions, but my prediction for a price, if you're asking, is I want to say it's gonna be the same as the PS4.
Which was?
What was it? $399.
Yeah.
What, the system?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's gonna be modular though, because they have.
What do you
with
think?
this, it's going to be modular. It'll be $399 plus if you want more storage.
One controller.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, definitely just one controller.
Yeah. Or because they've been tight-lipped. This is another thing that I've been thinking about, and they haven't said anything. But it's never, because we don't know anything about it. But maybe they are working on a hybrid system as well to compete with Nintendo.
Portable?
Yeah. Like a hybrid system, like a system that you can work in the home and then also bring portable.
Jay, how much do you think it is?
So I'm not gonna say until like
Stop being a bitch.
January,
Stop
so
being,
you can watch that show.
Stop being a bitch.
Wow.
Stop
Come
being a
on,
bitch.
man.
How much you think it is?
Listen, okay,
You can change your mind during that podcast.
I could be wrong.
I'm just asking you on the spot.
Listen.
This is what I know
This
now.
is about the cartridge, right?
I don't care.
I say the cartridge is gonna be no less than $199. The
cartridge.
a terabyte. For
Terabyte. It's a big card.
And if it has different
terabyte
iterations of it, and they say a 2 terabyte, they might not even come out with a 2 terabyte because of the price right now. It might only be a 1 terabyte until later. And then they'll come out with those. But I'm saying
I was gonna say
$199 right off the bat for this thing. Because
PS5?
it's not a necessity. No. For the cartridge.
I was asking about PS5.
No, I'm talking about the cartridge. This is what the news is about.
this is the art.
I know, but we're like segueing about other stuff.
So
no, it's
So
I think
don't be a
$199
politician.
for this. I think that your system, it's not a necessity to have this. I think the system will have a smaller amount of memory in it, and it'll still work just fine. But if you want to add that to it, you can do so. But the system itself,
$200 for the cartridge.
for the cartridge, the system itself, I think is going to be. If they were smart, it wouldn't be over $499. If they can pull that off, it wouldn't be over $499.
Can I ask you something though, real quick? How much is it for a terabyte hard drive?
SSD? It's like
SSD.
$200
It's 200
right now.
Okay, but this is not. This is like.
This is later on.
This is a different type of SSD.
It's proprietary, but it's later though.
But it's it's faster.
Yeah.
It's basically it doesn't exist now. Basically.
But the way tech works, the longer it's out, the
Right.
cheaper it gets. So
Obviously.
I'm not expecting
Right.
that same terabyte of information
Right.
to be $200 when this comes out.
right.
So what happens when they release these giant games like Grand Theft Auto 6?
You better put it on the system and just play it there, and that's it. No other game.
Cloud gaming, man. That's what's gonna happen.
You'll have the one big game that takes up all the space on the system.
Yeah.
And then you'll have to spend another $200
Listen,
for all this memory.
listen. There's gonna be cloud gaming,
Yeah.
and if they get it to work the way they want to, you won't be downloading any games.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, system plus cartridge plus another controller plus 2 big games,
$700.
you're getting close to $1,000.
Yeah. That's why Stadia is
fucking
looking good.
yeah. It might
No,
be
it's not looking good, but
It might be the end of the consoles. No, I don't know.
but we'll see. But price wise, if they were smart, they would have to try and get it to close to that. I don't think it's gonna be lower than that.
No.
No.
I
So-
don't think there's.
I don't
It's
know.
not gonna.
I don't
It's
think
definitely not gonna be a $300 system.
No,
No,
it
no,
can't.
no.
No, 400, man.
It's not even gonna be
At
full.
least.
400
At
has to be.
least.
It has to be.
$499.
$499
to get
seems-
people.
$499.
I think that's the lowest.
Yeah,
It'll be.
$499.
Yeah.
I don't know,
$499
man.
for the basic version.
Yeah. That's like.
If
That's
it's over
just
400
business.
on
That's
That's
what I'm.
just
That's
business.
what I'm like.
If it's 400, I'm not arguing with that. Please
I'm not
do.
accepting that.
I get it because of all the stuff that's
All
in
the
it,
tech
but
that's in
I'm
there?
not doing it.
man.
I'm not doing it.
That's a lot of money.
I'm
Listen,
good.
They've been
That's a
creeping
lot of
up
money.
since Super Nintendo, man.
I'm chilling with my Switch.
I understand inflation, but damn it.
Watch it.
At
Watch,
least-
an extra
yeah,
$100.
watch it be like the dream I told you about. Shining Force 3 remake.
Oh yeah. Listen, at least they're not putting the RAM in cartridges to put in the system, like the like the Neo Geo.
Yeah.
Those games are like $200
Yeah,
a
yeah.
pop,
Super expensive.
because they put the RAM in the cartridge.
That's right. Yes.
And this is definitely not a RAM cart
Right.
to put in the bag like Saturn.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yo, listen.
But
that
let us
RAM
know what
card-
you guys think.
That RAM card for Saturn just opened up a whole library of other stuff to play. Because
Dungeons and Dragons and Street Fighter, all that.
X-Men versus Street Fighter and Marvel superheroes.
But this ain't that. This ain't
I
that.
miss the Saturn. I'm saying it's missing.
But y'all out there, let us know what you guys think.
That's right.
On to the next news.
Yeah. So
Superman.
no. Warner Brothers have been actively. Yeah. Let's try that again. Woo!
That wasn't me this time.
No, that's just me. That's just me. Warner Brothers has been actively trying to make an open world Superman game since 2013.
Yes.
Since 2013.
It's a long time. It's a long time.
Over there.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. When is it now? It's nearly 2020. If you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, why do you think it's taking so long for them to attempt to make an open world
Probably
Superman
started
game?
over a few times.
The mechanics.
Yeah.
Game mechanics.
What do you think would be holding them back from making a good
Superman 64.
Fighting I guarantee the fighting
flying or fighting?
I think it's the fighting.
Fighting.
I think
Really?
the flying's the easiest part because Superman Returns for 360, which was not a good game. The flying was dope.
Did it break the game though?
The what? The flying?
The flying.
I don't know. I played for 5 seconds, but the fighting was skippy.
When
That was the problem with Spider-Man a long time ago. The fighting was always skippy and not smooth, and then they got it right on the PS4.
Superman ain't
thing
no
is-
fighter though.
No,
He just punch you once.
The thing is,
No,
you
he
can't.
knows Kryptonian martial
I think.
arts.
I think you know what the thing is. I think
I'm
the
a Marvel
problem
guy,
is,
but I do my studying.
I think the thing is with Superman, because like Spider-Man, Batman, you could kind of, integrate that same mechanic. You can't really do that with Superman when it comes to that fighting system. So it's kind of like, all right, so who's he fighting as a henchman? Just regular dudes, and he's punching them once. First of all,
Yeah,
there's no combo.
If he has to punch somebody more than once,
It's gotta be a robot.
Unless there's a mechanic in the game that
Unless it's
starts
robots.
off from the beginning where it's like, oh, he's still affected by red sun radiation, so he's slowly regaining his
They would have
powers,
to have him
and then you
regain
have to get him back.
And that's got to piss off people.
Yeah.
So
You
you,
gotta-
have to do
you gotta have the
robots.
Grim
You gotta
Reaper.
get robots.
So he's not.
robots.
You can have the Grim Reaper pop up and steal all his power.
Yeah,
my
exactly.
God.
Like fucking. So
Castlevania.
I think that's the thing. Like, how is the action going to be? Because
Or have Darkseid invade from the get go and have him fight parademons.
Yeah, I mean that's
Possible.
that or robots or something like that
Yeah.
can take a hit. Something
Or
like
get
that.
stabbed by kryptonite. Like I
You
don't know
can't
how
have
that works.
regular thugs. Regular thugs are
Nah.
getting punched over the.
Yeah, they're exploding into pieces.
Yeah. So
Plus, if you fight nothing but robots, it's gonna look cheesy. It's just gonna look cheesy. Like as a
That's the way
stage,
it is.
yeah. But I mean,
it depends. Like
No,
when
man.
I say robots, I'm not saying
a bunch of
like
And it's-
something that's like has a cool little design
And,
to it.
and
you know?
they
Could be
need
androids.
battle
They-
android troopers.
they need
Bats.
completely destructible environments.
Buildings gotta.
Completely
No, that's
destructible.
very true.
That
Like
is
the Hulk?
true, yeah.
Completely
Like the Hulk.
If you're
destructible.
flying down into a city and you're fighting things and you knock one, you have to have them go through a building.
Yeah.
Building has to fall. Like
Absolutely.
there's a lot of
they
things.
got so mad
Oh,
at that
man.
from
They-
Superman the movie.
Yo,
He
I
was
don't
blowing up
understand
the
because
city.
that's exactly how a fight between two.
It's the only thing that
Overpowered
makes sense.
Kryptonian
It's like
flares.
Dragon Ball fighters fighting. Things just explode and fall apart.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Superman 64.
Shut the
man.
fuck
It's the best game ever. Let me start.
Cut his mic. Cut his damn
Turn his mic off.
Turn it off.
Well, we all saw
This
how
podcast
Dragon,
just lost all
That
credibility.
was horrible.
we all saw how Dragon Ball the movie happened.
Yeah.
And the games, I mean, they did have a semi-open world game for Dragon Ball that was slightly successful, I guess. As far as how it worked.
What sagas? Or,
Yeah.
Saga's the
Sagas.
2-player.
Saga.
Well, the thing is that what they did with that, they used the Cybermen as henchmen,
like robots,
Yeah, they're like little things.
They're
that
like
you
the green
little
guys,
aliens,
right?
little aliens.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, you can get away with that if that's the main.
But
kind
you
of-
need a far out story that's not really like a different story that's
You
not
have
normal.
to kind of like how Batman Arkham did.
Yeah.
Right.
They made up their own little story. You gotta do that with Superman because it's gonna.
They have to.
You can't have guys with guns. That's stupid.
No, you gotta
and
make
if you
something to it.
and if you're losing energy about getting shot with a regular gun, like turn the game off. It's whack.
And it's
It's
stupid.
inaccurate.
You gotta be careful, and it's you gotta have the right people in your ear making that game because I'm pretty sure if they've been working on it since 2013. You know, they're like, let's do it. Nope, scrap it. Nope, that's stupid. Scrap it. Like it's
Basically, it's gonna
That's
be
good,
one
though.
punch.
Yeah, no, that's very
It's
good.
good because you don't want them to.
It's gonna be
release
One
another-
Punch Man the game.
That's
That's how it's
pretty
gonna
much.
be.
Yeah, no.
So,
What
I mean,
fun
But
is
still
that,
have
man?
him
But-
stop. I mean, but still have him stopping like human crimes, of course.
Yeah. Oh, well, like a plane's falling, you gotta catch it. That's
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
that's fun. That's
That's
cool.
dope.
That's really dope. A building tipping, like something like
Stopping a
that.
car from
Hostage
crashing.
situation.
That's cool.
See through.
But that's a lot of
see
time-based
through
stuff. Like
But
the way the
remember-
game would work would have to be you got to do this before a minute.
That
2
would go
minutes or
down
something.
as like Spider-Man's crime solving, and
Yeah.
you know, like there's a crime here. Oh, let
Right.
me just go do that real
Uses,
quick.
3D.
Yeah,
vision.
exactly.
But going back to the flying though, none of those games. I haven't seen a game incorporate actual flight as your main mechanic of transportation to work for the entire game.
I feel like I have.
I have.
To work for the entire game, you can just jump up and go.
Yeah, I have.
Because I think you would have to be limited.
What was that game that failed horribly?
There's many.
This year, what was it? Anthem, right?
Jeez,
They
that's
incorporated
Iron
flying.
Man though. Like,
But that's flying.
but can you
no,
fly
that's going
anywhere?
from,
But
yeah,
honestly,
You have to be
anywhere.
able to fly anywhere.
But you're going from the ground.
The flying in that game was limited.
Yeah, that would be based
It
off like
was,
gas.
but
yeah.
I mean, still though, the flying still
It was your main.
you have to be able to go up and down. Like you can't just stay up.
Could you do
The game
that?
wouldn't work up there.
You could no.
See?
You could fly up and down.
So
No,
if
no,
they-
I'm saying the game. If you were stuck in an open world game where you can fly and stay there, I can just not go down and the game is over. Like, what am I doing in the air all that time?
Well,
Well,
the thing is, it's like you have objectives. You have
Right,
missions.
that's a story.
Like, you can't just fly up and be like, I'm
Yeah,
not going to do any
this is
missions
the
or
game.
objectives.
well, like
but-
in Batman, you glide.
Yeah.
You're going down.
Yeah.
And then you see what's around there. Like
Yeah.
if I'm just staying up there, there's no bat wing flying and you can just fly. That's what I'm saying. Staying there, I could break the game that
I
way.
think it has to do with the story too. Like, if they can get a self-contained thing that just for the game, that would give you a reason to fly down and to
If I'm
whatever it is.
if I'm
trying to
going
save
somewhere,
civilians.
Yeah,
if I'm
exactly.
doing, if
No,
I'm
it
doing
has-
transportation, I could fly there. I got to come down though.
But it has
that's
to-
part of the game.
The game has to give you a reason to fly down though. Like if you fly too far up or something like that, crime is happening in the world and you can see it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And you
there's
fail.
some kind of
but
that
you'd have
could
to
be the
fail.
law.
yeah,
to
it'll
get
be
up
like a
there.
meter that like if you're flying too far away, you're
could be the
ignoring.
That could
Okay.
be the loading screen though. Like he flies up into orbit and he starts just listening to what
There's
crimes
no more
are going
loading.
on
Yeah,
across
there you
across the
go.
planet.
And you have to choose which one.
And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
and goes.
But you know,
Yeah.
when you think about it, it's funny because like you got Batman, you got Spider-Man, right?
Right.
Like they have certain powers, but they have flaws.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Superman's too
Superman
powerful.
could do anything.
Yeah.
You
Too
could
powerful.
do anything.
He's
Except-
overpowered,
And
and
that's why
one of-
yes, he could do anything, but it's tough to make a game because like
But he needs the power of the sun.
Yeah,
so
like-
if you block the sun, he has no powers.
who,
And-
Superman or Captain
Superman.
Planet? Superman, really?
Superman, yeah.
Oh,
He gets
yeah.
his powers from the sun.
I forget.
And also
about the
kryptonite is
wife
his weakness. So
and the daughter.
those two things, if you can incorporate that, I'm saying like a story wise, there has to be a story that like is like the foundation of the game that gives you a reason to explore or do anything.
It's gonna be based off story,
So-
yeah. Not his powers.
Exactly.
It can't be.
Exactly. There has to be a
X-ray
limitation.
vision, heat vision.
It has to be a limitation, though.
Superman ain't no
Right.
detective.
Right.
He ain't no detective.
It's,
Well,
no,
he
it's
kind
challenging.
of is. He's a reporter, so like
It's a very challenging.
That's why it hasn't been
task.
done.
Yeah,
it is a challenging,
It's
and that's
very
not.
challenging.
It's not.
That Superman was the one with that fake Superman where he kicks and he can fly like up like a little
Yeah,
bit.
the beat 'em up.
side scroll.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
yeah.
you
That's
can get
it.
away with a lot of things in the beat 'em up.
Oh, yeah.
Done. You know,
That's
but
it.
if it's open world, you got a lot
Yeah.
of things that you gotta, especially because whenever you come out with a superhero game, you gotta live up to the Batman. You gotta live up to the Spider-Man.
Heck yeah.
I got an idea.
You need the right studio to do
Yeah,
that too,
you
man.
I got an
Gotta.
idea. Don't make it open world. Just don't make it open world.
You might
make a
have
Superman
to-
game. Just don't make it open world.
It's the
Do stages.
well, you know what's the funny thing is I
That's
can
true.
I half
That's
agree
an
and I
option.
half disagree because
Yeah.
I want to see an open world and fly anywhere, but the thing is you can fly anywhere and you have to
Yeah.
make the game
Well,
this big.
Exactly.
Well,
Like Spider-Man swings around like the city,
city, you
and it's
can't
like
get out the
this.
city.
Batman glides and could drive, but you're Superman. You could fly
Literally.
However, though,
anywhere in
At
the
the speed of
world.
sound.
to kind of agree with you on that though, like
It's
if
tough.
they do it successfully, yes, and they don't make it open world,
Yeah.
that's actually good because that
Start
leaves,
there.
That's good to start there exactly because that leaves room for the sequel to make it open world.
Arkham Asylum
to
was an
add
open
more,
world.
Yeah,
because that's what
yeah.
they did with Batman.
Yeah.
And that's what
He could be in caves, whatever situation,
They go,
make the
let's-
story work.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be in the sun.
gotta
He gets
have
out
to-
at
right.
the end.
You
No, I'm
can't
saying,
have-
he can get out,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, I can fly now, and then it's a different game. You can have a shoot 'em up like that stage different.
You
Just
gotta,
do it
you gotta
different.
be very creative.
because you can't be too like having all those elements in one game.
Yeah.
That's very ambitious. So you got to limit yourself. You can't have too much stuff.
And you gotta dumb
Event-
them.
you gotta
and
spread it out.
the sucky thing is you gotta dumb them down,
Yep.
and that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yep.
That does suck. So
Unless
it's
you have a
challenging.
good story, a compelling story is what it needs, and that's what I'm saying, man. That's what it all comes
I
down
hope
to.
they can make a dope Superman game.
I hope
really
so
do.
too, man.
I just don't know
it's-
how.
it's-
I really don't know how.
It's long overdue, man.
Just don't do the flight mechanics in first person.
And don't do another no Superman 64, please.
Maybe.
No rings of doom.
It could be rings, man.
No rings of doom, please.
Please no.
Yeah. So if you have any ideas of how to make a Superman game work, open world, leave them in the comments.
He needs something to punch and he needs something to save.
Let us know.
Yep, seriously.
Let us know. But anyway, that's pretty much it, man. That was a pretty good podcast. What do you guys say?
Yeah, the podcast was awesome. The
Pretty cool,
Q&A was dope.
Awesome dude.
Q&A was good.
Awesome family. Talent. I like this. The son's funny. Cracks me up. He's like the silent boss behind closed doors.
Yep.
You know,
Got this.
making things happen. And no, he, like what he said. Like if you want something done, sometimes you gotta do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
You
and
gotta
then
find your way and
Don't wait
make
for
it
that
work your
opportunity.
way.
yeah, just do it. Maybe that means I gotta make my own Shining Force 3 remake.
That's it.
You know,
Probably.
maybe
That's what we gotta do.
It is, you know,
You should have been halfway done with that.
You know what I'm saying? I've been talking about this for
Can't be-
years.
You know
I'm
what?
slacking, man.
We're hitting up Tommy Tellerico today, and we're gonna let him know.
Yeah, we're gonna have a big discussion. We're gonna have Jesus also on the call. We're gonna get this
Yes, it's gonna be a group
Yeah.
effort.
Yeah.
Underground thing, man. We
just
all
gonna get
one
it.
family.
We're just gonna get it all done, man.
done. But you know what?
Think about it.
Before-
With the connects that we have now, like we can make a sick ass game.
Yo, we got ideas, man. We got ideas.
I'm telling
But you know
you,
what?
we
I
got
want
ideas.
to talk to that singer Mango Tango, man.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's so
That was
amazing.
a surprise, man.
That is-
That connect there was like, wait, what? That's your friend?
I almost fell out of my seat, to be honest. I'm like,
That
wait,
song-
because he said Mango. You didn't catch it at first.
No.
because I know the
'Cause you
song.
had the
I
song
looked it up.
title.
I said, wait, Mango Tango. Wait, that's the song. Yep, that's. Oh my god! I'm like, oh my god! I'm about to lose my.
You almost turned into a little girl, like a
No, seriously, no, dead ass. I ain't gonna
Crying at a
turn to a fanboy in seconds.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! I draw to that shit all the time.
I want your autograph.
all
Yo, and the
time.
fact that he worked on so many things that we enjoyed,
Yes.
like without us even knowing.
Yes,
yeah.
That's
I was like, dude, we've been a fan without knowing about it.
honestly, it's weird how the universe works.
Universes, man. That's
The
level
universe-
857 for you, man. Bring people together.
Yes.
We're bringing the universe together.
Right.
So if you have anything to do with video games, we want to talk to you, man.
That's right.
We
Yeah,
want
if you
on
did the
as a guest.
soundtracks, if you did the animation,
If you
Anything.
did
the
mocap.
programming,
Yep. Mocap too.
hey man, you did the
Everything.
promotion. I don't
That's
care.
Yeah.
We want to know about it all.
anything.
Talk to us.
Everything
We're nice.
is interesting.
We like
We're
talking.
very
We like
nice.
drinking. We like chilling.
Yeah.
But,
Positivity.
Talk
yeah.
to us.
That being said,
We will talk to you.
that's all we got for you today.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for everyone watching. And
right.
thank you for anybody who subscribed to our channel. Because if we hit 500 subscribers,
What don't happen?
we're going to get really, really messed up. We're going to the hospital. Y'all. We're going to get no. We're doing hot sauce. We're going to be in pain for your enjoyment. We're doing this.
Poison ourselves.
Yes. If we hit our milestone of 500 subscribers, that's what we're going to do.
Didn't we just hit 300 for YouTube?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Actually, we just
We're on.
did.
We're still on the road, man.
Yeah.
on the
Well,
road.
add to that YouTube, y'all.
We gotta,
coming.
We got to keep climbing, though, man.
Yeah, man. Keep going.
If you guys like that, please hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Share this video with a friend if you like to see this.
And we
Follow
got
us on all
more.
our social media.
That's right. Follow us on all our social media and check out this podcast every Wednesday,
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern time.
That's right. If you're listening to this
That's right.
or you want to listen to this, you can do so and give us the most support on Radio Public.
Public.
So make sure you do that. I don't know why these guys are whispering. But just do that. Just do that, man. We appreciate y'all.
Love y'all.
Until next time.
We thank y'all.
Thank you guys for your time. We appreciate you. We love you. We will be back next week.
And
Tune
that's
in.
it.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard.
We out.
Later, babies.
Mango Tango.